A60 show. I'll be your host, A60, aka AP, Jumping Jack, Al, Little Al, however you want to call it. Uh, I want to give a shout out to a lot of my friends and family for always supporting A60 from day one. I want to give a shout out to newly soon to be sponsor, Elite Learners Inc., Kamara Jackson. Salute to you. Can't wait to do great things for the reunion game coming up this summer in July 8th to July 10th. We got the A60 reunion, which goes, we have the Jersey party on Friday. Then we have the Team Texas coming in to play Saturday and Sunday against Tony Cherry, Team Vinny. Then we got, of course, the co-ed game. We got to give a shout out to the co-ed champions, my girl Renee Washington, for doing her thing. So, she's coming to try to knock that down and go two in a row. And then, we got the Young Bucks. They holding their throne for winning last year, but, we're going to try to dethrone that this year. Also, I want to dedicate the show to my brother, fallen brother. Just found out that he passed. Latif, good brother. I got a lot of stories with him, growing up in LP. But definitely want to dedicate the show to him because, he was my brother. We grew up together playing football in the rain, in the snow, in the hot sun. We did everything together, take him to play softball when he first wanted to play, us going to get comic books, and pretty much just us just hanging out on the block. He was a good brother, and I definitely wanted that to be known that today's show is dedicated to my fallen brother. May he rest in peace. Condolences to him and his family. Um, and if anybody want to reach out to me, you know how to get in contact with me. My DMs, we'll go from there. But today we have a guest on the show. Uh, he said it was an honor and a privilege to have him on the show, and I said it's kind of hard to be honored and privileged to be on something when you looked up to somebody for so long in the game of basketball. And not just like, again, let's forget about the basketball. Let's just life in general. I used to watch this man play in Lefferts Park, play in the Lefferts gym, um, and just be killing dudes. And I just be like, dude, I don't know how you killing people with the old man style of basketball. Like, how are you killing people like that? And he just be killing dudes. He had the Jimmy. He had the, he was smooth with the way he handled the rock. And I'm sitting there like, yo, what's up? But he was definitely an OG. He definitely always gave love, showed, love, always pulled me to the side, talked to me. And I always cherished those moments, and I had to have him on my show and let him know he deserved his flowers, to a king who was helping a young king to get where he needed to go. And those little tidbits that he gave me helped me go and play basketball in college. So without further ado, I want to introduce my guest, my brother, Mr. Lace.
That's a hell of an introduction, man.
That's a good one.
Can we end the show right here after that?
We can cut the deck. We can cut the deck right here, baby. We're going to cut the deck right here. It's over. What's up, my brother?
Good to see you, man. All is well on this end. Thank God, man. With God's grace, I'm still here on this earth. 65 years young, man.
Man, you don't look it. You still got the same look as you had when I was 10 years old, dog.
Man, that's nothing but God's grace, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Nothing but God's grace, man. The fact that you and I can even sit down here and have a conversation is a blessing.
Definitely, man. We're losing a lot of our brothers and sisters, and
a lot of them, bro.
A lot of them, man. And that reunion
and
just keep getting smaller and smaller.
Respect and condolences to Law's family.
Definitely. Shout out to La, man, and the fan, wifey, his two sons, his daughter. La, we here, man. Listen, man, I had to give you your flowers, bro, because you was one of those OGs. And when I mean, growing up where we grew up, of course, you're older than I am, but growing up, I felt like the OGs had a control over the hood, and they was respected. You was one of those guys that was that way. You never forced yourself. You never pushed yourself in the door. You gave a tidbit here, gave a tidbit here, and you kept it moving. So I felt that it was only right that I salute my LP family, Lefferts Park family. You part of that Lefferts Park family, and knowing that with where I grew up at, you was part of that regiment. Growing up over there, it wasn't for you playing ball, watching. I had to carry that on. So I thought it would be perfect time to give you your flowers, my brother, because I see you talking a lot with a lot of the OGs playing basketball. But I don't think you get your flowers where you deserve it, and I think you should get your flowers. And I wanted to be the one to hand it to you, sir. So I just
I
say thank you, my
appreciate you,
brother.
Al. Appreciate you. But just like you just stated, how you felt I gave you advice and tidbits, that same advice and tidbits was given to me by older cats. You giving me a moment here to have a platform to say something positive. So you're trying to give me flowers. Let me give you some names of brothers who looked out for me. Joe Barnes, top of the list. As far as I'm concerned, one of the best players to ever come out of LP. A brother with extraordinary talent, but never had the big head. Always pulled me to the side, encouraged me, motivated me, not only to do better in basketball, but better in life. So,
Wow.
so
That's crazy.
that tradition that, you talk about I passed on to you was definitely passed on to me. Cats like Joe Barnes, Eric Long, Ron Hicks. You don't know these names, but these were the generation of brothers above me. Because you remember how Lefferts was. That
Yeah.
first court, that first basketball court, you had to earn your stripes to get on that first court, man.
Tell me about it.
Don't even try to walk over there.
Don't bring nothing less, yo.
That's right, bro. You wasn't ready, you get chewed up over there quick, fast.
And you ain't allowed to come back on that
Come
court.
back, exactly. Exactly. And if you remember correctly, a lot of so-called name players would come through the park and get destroyed or get chewed up, and because of that, they would come back.
They had to get their rep. And our park, you had to go through us to get to any other park, first of all.
Exactly. That whole neighborhood, that little circular, that whole Ebbetsfield, Flatbush, Crown Heights circuit, Lefferts, IS 320, 92, Wingate, Forster. If you really had game, you was known throughout those parks. You could go in any one of those parks and get some run.
Agreed.
But at the time that we grew up, I would like to think Lefferts was Mecca.
I mean, Madison Square Garden in my eyes.
Exactly.
When you look around, you had the best point guard, small forwards, big men. People, and they didn't go to these regular schools. They went to the Bishop Lockland, the Christ the King, the Brandon.
Exactly.
This is what you see.
So much talent in that park. You're giving me my flowers, but I was nowhere near the elite talent in that park that came out of that park, man. So many ballers. Alan Thompson, Joe Barnes, John Fontaine, cats from Lafayette, Ron Bishop. The list goes on and on and on, man. And the competitiveness, because like I know, once you lost, you wasn't getting back on court. You better go to the next court.
You might as well move down the line unless somebody pick you up. Unless somebody pick your five, you know what I'm saying? They
exactly.
Get you. That's the only way. That's the only way you was getting back on, unless they're ready. They ain't even let you get off the court. Yo, we got you. Let's roll.
Exactly.
We got you. Let's roll.
Exactly.
Yo,
cats like, well, there's a few cats like Calvin Hicks, Joe Barnes. They would get picked up no matter what. Cause come on, their talent speaks for itself.
Right. That's crazy. Let's go back. Where are you originally from in Brooklyn?
My family's originally from Guyana. My mother and father came over here in the early 60s. I was born in South Dakota. We moved here to New York. And if you remember growing up at that time, Lefferts was the park, but there was competition between the blocks.
Mm.
You know, the kids who grew up on Sterling had competition and beef against the kids who grew up on Lefferts and Lincoln Road. You can go all the way down. It was like that.
Maple, Rutland.
Exactly. That's how crews were developed. That's how friendships were
Mm-hmm.
made. And then
Mm-hmm.
we all met at Lefferts Park and competed. And through competition, that's where friendships were made. You
Mm-hmm.
know, cats didn't really know or like each other when we was competing, but through competition, you got to know people. You got to learn how to respect people, and that's how friendships were made. Here we are, 40 years later. I'm sorry to say the Lefferts Park reunion was canceled due to COVID, but
Mm-hmm.
that's one of the best days in the summer seeing some of the old heads, man.
Man, and don't worry, we're gonna get it back. Talk to some people. The park is actually getting redone. But that reunion, we will make sure that happens consistently every year. You know what I'm
Oh yeah,
saying?
yeah. I'll talk to Joe on the regular. Joe Barnes keeps me informed on that in the Lefferts Park committee.
Okay, that's what's up. Nate, what's up, Nate? I see you. I see you out there in B-Wall. What up with you, Nate? You know, do you know Nate Smith out there? You probably know him, Blaze.
Man, if I see his face.
Oh, okay. So, did you go to school in Brooklyn as well?
Yeah, I went to Brooklyn Tech and I went to Erasmus.
Hey, you went
I
you.
transferred from Tech to Erasmus. I graduated from Erasmus in '73, but I never tried out or played any basketball for them for high school. I
Mhm.
was just a regular guy that went to the park who liked to play ball, man.
Wow. So you didn't play no college ball either.
Nah, man, nah. Actually, I went to the military. I went to the Air Force.
Okay, okay. How many years you spent in there?
4 years in the Air Force, bro.
Wow.
Edwards Air Force Base, California.
Thank you for serving our country, my brother. I appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you.
So now you come out the military. What's next for you?
When I came out the military, through the advice of my father, I took a lot of city exams,
Mm-hmm.
police, correction, fire,
Mm-hmm.
and because of my military experience, my veteran status, I was able to get on. But I chose the fire department,
Okay.
so I had a great career. Got hurt a couple times, but
Mm-hmm.
it was a great career, great decision for myself.
How long did you do the fire department?
I did 17 years, and I got hurt, got severely hurt, so I got a disability pension from them. But
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't change anything. That was a great experience. Best job in the city, man.
What house was you in?
Ladder 122 in Park Slope, 11th Street, between 7th and 8th Avenue.
Okay.
This is
Okay.
before this is before gentrification set in. This
Mm-hmm.
is when apartments over there were going for like 600 a month. But you know how that goes. Gentrification, we're at the bottom of the tier. We're the fire department, but we get the least amount of money. The arsonist gets paid X amount of money to burn the house down,
Right.
and then the property owner takes the insurance money, reinvests the money in the house, and that once $600 a month apartment now is a $250,000 condo, and that's how the
That's
process. That's exactly how the process is. So when I was there, it was burning down Park Slope, bro. From
wow.
6th Avenue, 6th, 5th, 4th, 3rd Avenue, all burnt down.
That's crazy.
Reinvest the money, and those same houses, same apartments are now too expensive for the people who normally live there. They're priced out. And then you know what comes into the neighborhood after that.
Yeah.
Now you can't buy a house in Park Slope for less than $3 million.
They just push you out, man. That's the
Yeah,
sad thing. They just push you out. They build up and they push you out, and they make you can't live. Just like you don't know where to live, and then you get the studio for 2,500, and that ain't even you sharing a bathroom with somebody with some nonsense like that,
crazy. It's
man.
crazy. And what happened
Get
to Park
you.
Slope has happened to Clinton Hill, Flatbush, Bed-Stuy. You go to these neighborhoods now, you can't even remember what it looked like. It's different now.
Yeah, it was different. Every time I come home, it looks different.
You
New
got
building somewhere.
Starbucks on Franklin Avenue. You got white girls walking around 12 o'clock at night with little dogs and nobody bothering them.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. Got the little vegan restaurants and
Come on,
everything,
man.
tea shops.
Come on, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is different
Crazy.
now. It's definitely a different time now than what it was, when I was growing up too. I did see that one time, saw a couple of people walking around barefooted. I'm like, wait a minute, what are y'all doing around here? But
Exactly.
that's crazy. When did you get into basketball? Like get into it fully?
Al, basketball, like I'm sure it did for you, saved my life. It
Mm-hmm.
gave me an opportunity to compete, keep my body in shape, meet new people, gave you some social skills, you know. Because without basketball, you knew you from the neighborhood, you knew what was going on in the neighborhood.
Yep.
You know, crack was being sold, drug addiction, alcoholism. A lot of people are out of work. You know,
Mm-hmm.
basketball definitely saved my life. I would say through my formative years, because Leffers Park was sun up to sun down. You know that.
All
Only
day.
time we left the park was to go to the corner store to get some hydration and come right back.
Come right back. Start all over again. You're right about that. Start all over again.
And I would definitely say basketball saved a lot of us.
Mm-hmm.
Not only my generation, but yours. You're about 10 years younger than me, right?
Yeah, I'm 46.
Yeah. You know, it's a blessing. It's one of the few blessings in the hood that we could count on. And if used properly, it provided an education for yourself, allowed you opportunities to seek employment if you
Mm-hmm.
were good at it, if you used the system properly,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So,
But you got to also remember, we didn't have guidance. A lot of us didn't have no father figures, to guide
that's
us.
very true. And that's the importance of having a park like Lefferts Park, because what you
Mm-hmm.
lacked in mentorship or fatherhood at home, you would get it at the park.
That's a fact.
And that's what's lacking today. There is no mentorship. There's no tradition. There's no guidance for the younger generation. If we saw cats of my generation, we saw you and any other kids fucking up or doing something wrong, yo, snatch your bike, no, don't do that, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Tell you once or twice. If you continue doing it, that's on you. But
Right.
at least you pulled your coat and say, yo, man, come on.
Agreed. And that's the difference now that I see, even with the young generation now, that there's no guidance, like you said, and the OGs are not respected anymore.
No, they're
Let
not.
me say that.
And that's
They
a
they
two-sided
total
coin.
disrespect.
That's a two-sided coin. The OGs are not respected because these kids today are not taught respect.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even you go to any one of these parks now. When we was growing up, an OG, as you would say, would be respected, and what he said goes. You know, you would take his advice, without hesitation,
Mm-hmm.
because he's been there, done that.
Mm-hmm.
Today, an OG gives a youngster advice, and kids suck their teeth at him or disrespect him, or he's saying he's old, he don't know what the hell he's talking about. Times change, but values don't.
Agreed. Agreed. Was there OGs in your time, just like it was in my generation? You know what I'm saying? Like guys that came to you and was like, "This is what you're not gonna do, young fella. This is what you're gonna do." You know.
Definitely,
Mm-hmm.
definitely, man. Uh, trying to remember Lenny's name, man. Joe Bond's favorite boy. But there were a bunch of cats.
Mm-hmm.
And I was never that much into trouble anyway, man. But when I did steer off or got sidetracked, they were the ones to pull my coattails. Say, yo, man, you're not about that life. So come on back on the court, man. right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's as my generation learned that we try to pass that down to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
You in particular, Al, you was a great athlete, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it's funny, you know, we can see the diamonds in the generation underneath us coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Just like
Key.
I'm sure you can see
Mm-hmm.
those diamonds. And you help them, you try to guide them, you try to motivate them. You were one of those dudes, man. Because you were a great athlete. You were a good person and a great athlete, man. And you was always willing to learn and compete to make yourself better.
You know, you had to. Look who we was around in that park. You know what I'm saying? You know? Shout out to Kenny Archibald that's in the building. He said, "What's up,
Oh,
OG?"
Kenny,
He
what's
said,
up,
"What's
Kenny?
up?"
Tell Kenny I said, what's up?
You know, he said, "What's up?"
Kenny's another very talented young man, man.
Yeah,
Nice. He's a
yeah.
businessman for himself.
That's right. That's
Every
right.
time I go
Somebody's
back
guy.
to Brooklyn, man, I live in Queens now, but every time I go back, I bump into Kenny, man. Kenny's a good man.
That's my guy, Kenny. What up, family? And like I said, you got to remember how we, like you said, we coming up, and I'm going up against in my era, Kenny Archibald, the Sherwin Andersons, the Timmy
Sherwin,
Dixons.
Bishop Lachlan,
You
right,
know what I'm
right.
saying?
Sherwin had
The
game, boy.
the bags. You know, we this is the era. The Craigies. I'm just giving you that arsenal
Right.
that we're going against on a regular basis. So
Which
now
made it easy for you when you went away to school because the competitive level was nowhere near what you experienced in the park.
I tell everybody that. I don't care what anybody say.
You know?
The competition was better in tournament play in the park than it
That's right.
was when I played in Region 15 at Nassau.
Of
I'm
course.
telling you.
Easily. Easily.
The guards couldn't compare to what I had to deal with every day in the park.
Easily.
Nah,
Easily.
I don't care what nobody say. They laugh at me like, yeah, y'all can say whatever y'all want. But if I know I had to go guard a Kenny or a Sherwin or a Timmy, come on, man. Nah.
Yeah,
And then
because you was molded with that brand of basketball. You was molded with the physicality of it. You was molded with the competitiveness of it, you know. And while you were competing and being physical on the court, you know there was 100 guys on the sideline watching you. Come on.
that's right.
Not only were they studying you, but they wanted to compete against you as well.
Yep.
Not only your peers, but the generation underneath you.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man.
You know, it's not a greater feeling than walking through your neighborhood respected.
Oh, come on, man.
You know
Come
how
on,
that
man.
is. You know what I'm saying? Like
I
when your
get a certain
neighborhood
amount.
respects you, everything else don't matter. When you can go
Exactly.
home, like I live in Texas, but when I come home, walk through LP or Wingate, yo, it's still respect. Like, yo, what
Yeah.
up, what up, man? What up, baby? You know what I'm saying? Just the respect
Because you put
factor.
in that work. You put in that work.
But that's your neighborhood.
Yep.
We wanted neighborhood respect. We wasn't worried about school respect or anything else.
Exactly.
We wanted neighborhood respect, and that was
Exactly.
big for us.
But that desire to earn that respect also defined your character.
Facts. Mm-hmm.
Nothing is given to you.
Mm-hmm.
You got to earn it.
You. I remember. Yo, I'm gonna tell you how your outfit was when you played in the gym at Lefferts. You always had the sleeveless shirts, and you had the shorts, but you had the tight showing under your shorts. The old school, and I was like, yo, why is he wearing his shorts like that, the tights like that? But that was the old school way. And then you go in there and you go in Lefferts and you go kill. Do you remember those moments playing in Lefferts gym? Shout
Yeah,
out to
man. I
Life, man.
remember playing the
Rest in
left
peace,
edge.
Life. Rest in peace to Life. You know, for putting that
Oh
together.
man, God bless.
Yeah,
God bless. Rest
yeah,
in peace, Life.
yeah,
Rest in
man.
peace, Mario. Rest in peace,
Mm-hmm.
Willis. Big
Willis.
Willis.
Mm-hmm.
I could go on and on and on. Rest in peace, Calvin Hicks.
Oh my God. Look at all the brothers, man, that put that something together for us out there. And
my best friend, I know you remember my best friend growing up was Festus. Do you remember
Festus.
Festus?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my best friend growing up, man. He was very talented baller in his own right.
Very, very.
Yeah, so me and him were thick as thieves, and we like to compete against other guys older than us and in other parks. And we held our own, man. We held our own.
those battles in that gym, you had the older side and you had the younger side.
Absolutely. Legendary.
You know what I'm saying? Like
legendary.
The line to get in the 11th was wrapped out. The game started at 6. Dudes was there about 5:30, just sitting there waiting, to get their name on there. And the competition in that gym, man, like you said, you had to bring your A game.
The difference in basketball then as compared to now is not only the physicality, which was much more physical back then, but the level of competitiveness. Even though everybody knew each other and we were friends, once we stepped between those lines, yo, bro, I'm trying to murder you. I'm trying to murder you. We can be friends after. After we get off this court, we can go hang out, have a beer, whatever. But right now, I'm trying to murder you. It was psychological warfare on the court too.
Oof. There was a lot of fake tough guys out there.
Oh, come on.
A lot of fake tough guys out there, boy.
You would get exposed in a heartbeat, because back then nobody was scared of fighting. You want to fight? Let's fight, man. Nobody was scared of fighting. So
and don't be a dude from another neighborhood trying to come over here.
It's over.
Don't do that, man. You running your mouth, dudes looking at you like on the other court, like, yo, who is he with somebody? Who is he with?
Yeah, exactly.
And then they're gonna tell the dude, whoever you can't bring him to the gym anymore. Like, you gotta leave him home. Because you're gonna get beat up with him. I'm telling you.
Exactly. And then when we went to tournaments, the whole park rolled, man.
Oh man, everybody was in the
be 100 deep at the tournament. We go to Soul in the Hole area, citywide. The church leagues were big back in those days.
God, I didn't realize how big those church leagues were. Because I played at Concordia Church in the Sky.
Right.
But we playing against all over churches that had ball players everywhere.
Exactly.
And a lot of people didn't know about them church leagues was killing like that.
Killing, man. I played for Lennox Road. God rest Mr. Williams. God bless Mr. Williams. But Lennox Road, we ran that church league on that side of town.
Wow.
Lennox Road and Hanson Place Church. Those are great leagues, man.
And competitive. And they were giving away nice hardware.
Trophies were made differently back then.
Yeah, they were real trophies.
Real.
You can get beat up with one of those. You can get beat up with one of those.
I made of wood and plastic and crow. Oh, come on, man.
They fall. They ain't breaking. They ain't breaking when they fall. These trophies fall now. Oh my God, it's out of control. Do you remember playing or seeing a tournament game with some key players in there from back in the days? In that era, because I heard that era was crazy. That 70s era, the 80s era.
I'll tell you a story. I played in Soul in the Hole juniors with a team from Lefferts Park. And I'll tell you some names you don't know, but Calvin Hicks was our center. Keith Lewis, Jeff Sinclair, Mo Brown, God bless Mo Brown.
Remember Mo Brown?
Yeah. And I don't know if you remember this name, Booker.
That sound familiar.
Yeah, Booker was another short guard. Super quick, super fast, lethal jump shot, crossover, defensive genius. And we almost took Soul in the Hole. We lost. Check out the team we lost to. We lost to Stretch Graham, Curtis Redding.
I heard of Curtis and Stretch.
Yeah, and some other cats. And the championship game was crazy. It was like 150, 250 people out there from our park alone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we was rolling deep every time we went out to the park, man. Soul in the Hole was fun. I love Soul in the Hole. I played in it a couple of times. Got my share of Soul in the Hole. It was good to watch.
In my opinion, Soul in the Hole was the most competitive tournament in Brooklyn. Ever.
I want to agree with you on that. Besides Duncan's Delight, I like Duncan's Delight, but
Duncan's Delight was okay. I don't think the talent and competitiveness can compare to Soul in the Hole.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay.
You know, Duncan's Delight, the Nero tournament.
Nero.
You know,
High Energy.
High Energy, the 6 foot and under tournament.
6 foot and under.
Kingston Park. Mm-hmm. All of those are good tournaments, man, but Soul in the Hole.
Yeah, Soul in the Hole. Shout out to my guy, Nate. I got to hit up Nate. He was one of the commissioners that put that whole Soul in the Hole thing together.
Yeah, Nate, a few other cats I know.
Yeah,
man.
A few other cats. OGs, again.
Yes.
OGs. No young guys, just all OGs wanted to put something together, and they did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that was a blessing in itself that it happened. I'm trying to you see that I think it's another brother that's out here on Facebook, Ballside. Ballside.
Oh, my man, that's what happens when you get old, man. But I know who you're talking about, and that's a great thing that he's done because he's encouraged all the ballers to bring out their memories, their photographs, their newspaper clippings, and discuss that era from the 70s to the 80s, which was very competitive, you know, developed a lot of us as young men. And I salute that brother, man. That was a great idea he came up with.
Yeah, that was good. I catch a lot of the clippings and things that he got going on. And
hold on a second, let me find out. I can't remember my man's name. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, but I think that's amazing what he's doing too. You know what I'm saying? Like to get all the old guys out there. He got a couple of my old guys that I know. Earl Fuller, you know, that's my guy.
Earl's my man.
Yeah,
Earl Blade. Come on, man.
Yeah,
man. Jump shot. One of LIU's finest, man.
Another guy he had. He just passed away last year. Rudy Johnson, my boy Rudy.
Rudy was another good baller, man.
Yeah, went to LIU too.
Yes, right, man. That LIU squad was banging.
Yeah.
Eric Short.
Mm-hmm.
I can name one of the Scurry brothers.
Scurry. Let me ask you a question about those guys. How many brothers were there?
You know what? I'll be lying if I say I knew. I think it's about 4 or 5 of them, but all of them were ballers, man. All of them.
And I heard they all were lethal.
All of them were ballers.
Do you know what schools they went to?
Nah.
Oh no, okay.
Nah, you asking old man questions. I can't even remember. I can't remember too much from last week, much less 4 years ago. But all of those brothers could ball, man.
Yeah, I heard a lot of stories about the Scurry brothers, man. I thought that was,
one of them played for the Utah Jazz for a little bit. I think it was Carey. But all of those brothers had game, man.
That's crazy. That
But you know what? You know what's interesting? You know, all these guys who went through the pipeline as far as, getting a name for themselves in school, in high school and college, like I know, there's a lot of cats who had just as good as game, but never went to school.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Yep.
And every park, there's at least 2 or 3 guys who should have been with those guys, but for whatever reason, didn't make it through the system.
That's crazy. It's funny. The best talent never got an opportunity to be seen because they didn't go to school.
And that's in every park, every high school, every college.
And it's just weird. Like, when I went to Wingate, some of the best kids were in the gym. They wasn't even playing on the team.
Exactly. Now, when I was growing up, I used to go up to Rucker Park, watch these boys ball. And there's this brother up there named Joe Hammond who was destroying the pros. Destroying the pros, bro. He was dropping 50 a game.
Oh, I just got a message from my boy Allen. He said one Scurry won a chip at UNLV with Larry Johnson and Greg Anthony.
Right. Right. I forget his first now. I forget which one.
Wow, that's crazy. That's good info. Good info. Damn. You said you had a story?
Yeah, I was telling you about this cat, Joe Hammond, Joe the Destroyer Hammond.
Joe Hammond. Didn't he play with the Globetrotters?
Nah, man. Joe is a private contractor.
But no, I heard about him up in Rucker Park. I heard about Mr. Joe Hammond. I heard about Joe Hammond.
Man, those were great days just to take that train ride up there and hang on the fence and watch these guys go at each other, man.
What was that like going up to Rucker Park?
That was crazy, man. When you're a basketball junkie when you can take a train ride as a young kid with your friends, go to a strange neighborhood and hang on the fence just to see a basketball game. Looking at cats like Julius Erving, and it's crazy, man. Playing in canvas sneakers, dunking on people's heads, man. Crazy.
I could imagine what it was like back then, just playing in that era, seeing all those ball players just out there competitive. I played in the Rucker, but I played with X-Men up there in the Rucker for a little bit.
Yeah.
But I didn't see it as this is just my opinion. I didn't see it as nothing that I haven't seen in Brooklyn.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When it comes to talent and competition.
Right.
I just thought it was just another league. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know none of the guys that's really up there. I heard of the names.
Right.
But when you playing basketball, you correct me if I'm wrong. I don't care what your name is.
Exactly. Don't give two what your reputation is. As a matter of fact, growing up on Lefferts Park, we used that as fuel to go at them even harder.
Were you? So you did what? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Now, all right. Let's see if you do that right now.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I know you got any other stories you want to tell, man? I know you got some. So you gotta have some good ones. Park stories.
Nah, not really. Not really individual stories. But I would just say this, man. I'm very proud to have that Lefferts Park experience, man. Because like you said, there's nothing better than walking through the hood and having a certain amount of respect. Not only for how you play, but how you carry yourself.
Right.
And a lot of cats who, like you said, would come in the park fronting like they were nice or they were from the neighborhood or they were better than us. They got exposed and, sent on their way.
Listen, we you know it better. If we played out there, 9 times out of 10 you got exposed.
Yeah.
Especially if you was out there running your mouth.
Yeah.
We had, like you said, block games. You had guys from President Street, Union
Street
coming down the hill.
Exactly.
So had to deal with up the hill guys and down the hill guys. You know what I'm saying?
Montgomery. Everybody's coming down the street.
But it wasn't just in basketball. We were competitive in baseball, football, soccer, handball, whatever the dude said. All right, let's go do it. Let's get your group. Get a group of guys and go do it.
Yeah, you're right. Competition was not limited to basketball. You were absolutely right about that.
Not at all. Not at all.
Shit, that handball court was popping back in the day.
Listen, that is one game that I couldn't believe I actually took up and started playing. Was handball. Now, like I said, it's because my friends was playing, so I'm gonna go play too.
Exactly.
And it's during downtime.
That's the only reason I play basketball, because my boys were playing basketball. So, if you want to hang out, you want to be part of the crew, you had to participate.
You had to participate. And you had to bring your weight. Like don't be coming, and you be holding us back, man. We don't want to hear all that, man.
Exactly.
Did you ever play at St. Francis? Like the remember the little church with Mr. Riley, PAL
Yeah,
over there?
up the hill
Mm.
on Rogers, right? Was that Rogers?
Well, that one was on. It
Oh,
was on
St. Francis on Nostrand
right
and
around the corner. I think that I can't. How do I come? I
right
can't
around the
remember.
corner from Allen's Bakery.
Yes.
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 Yeah, I played in the backyard there, those half moon baskets. I lived right around the corner of Miller Street.
Man.
Used to have some good runs. Shout out to my man Stan Huggins, man. One of my good friends I met back there playing, man. Stan Huggins. The Huggins brothers, as a matter of fact.
That's crazy. Shout out to my boy Carlton, my boy Big C. He did the Big Dog tournament in there. Him and his brother was doing a Big Dog tournament in there. So that was dope. Shout out to my brother Howie, my man Hal.
Yeah. Howie's still doing this thing, man. He's still doing this thing in Wingate. He's still coaching down there.
Yeah, he down there. He's still coaching. They did the reunion
they brought
game
back
last
the tournament in Wingate.
Mm-hmm.
And I went down there one day last summer. Howie's still on the sideline coaching, man. I'm like, look at you, man.
It's in his blood, man. He was one of my first coach, man.
Howie's a good brother. A good brother, man.
Good brother. I had him on the show. We did our thing up here. We gave him his flowers. A lot of the ex-ball players came on here. We wanted to show him some love, and we did. Well deserved. So, it is what it is.
Howie's a great mentor to many young men.
To a lot, man.
We could talk about Howie in the same breath as Gil Reynolds,
yes,
Lester Roberts,
yes,
yes,
Jocko,
Les Pilgrim,
Jocko over there, in
Jocko in Brownsville, exactly.
Yep. What up, Christian? What up, baby? Back in them days was different. Coaches then were mentors then too, and they were also father figures. And I will always tell
because
people
they taught you more than basketball.
They wasn't letting you stray either.
No, they wasn't having it.
No,
especially disciplinarians like Gil Reynolds and Lester Roberts and
I heard about that. Man.
George Murray and these guys don't play.
Nah,
if you wanted to play for them, you had to adapt by their rules. It was their way or the highway. There was no deviation.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't no deviation from anything. It was just straight. Either you bring in your game, but you're gonna be respected too. We're gonna treat you like a man, but you're also gonna reciprocate that, that treatment.
Exactly.
So that was a great thing that was going on with Howie and, like you said, Lester and those guys that was teaching. But Coach Lloyd too. Coach Lloyd.
Yeah,
Coach
no
Lloyd,
doubt.
Coach Lloyd.
Can't forget him. Come on, man.
Nah, St. John's. He's still over there at St. John's.
Yep.
Still over there at St. John's. My guy Lloyd. So basketball, you see, has changed in so many different phases. The one thing that has changed more, college basketball. How do you feel about the rules now that the kids are getting paid for college basketball?
I think it was long overdue that athletes were financially compensated from some of the revenue that these large institutions were making. Because, like I know how, not just in basketball, but football, baseball, especially these Division I schools, they're making enormous amounts of money and revenue on the backs of so-called amateur athletes.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, the amateur athlete is struggling to pay rent, buy food for himself, provide for himself, for his family. So I think it's only right. It's long overdue, man.
I think that's great. And for those that people don't understand, they keep saying that these kids already getting 30,000, 40,000 for a scholarship. But people don't realize when you on scholarship, you're not allowed to work. So your education is getting paid for.
Right.
But you have a meal program.
Right.
You get your books taken care of. But now you want to be a kid. You want to go out and you want to buy stuff. And you can't
buy your own clothes. You can't buy your own sneakers.
nothing.
Come on, man.
So now
Meanwhile, the institution that you're playing for, they're making millions of dollars on your likeness, on your participation. You know,
and that's crazy in itself that the institutions never figured it out. They had to wait so long to figure out because look how much money they made off the Fab Five.
you know, I honestly, I think it's just the times that we're living in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, thankfully, this generation is more aware, more
Mm-hmm.
conscious, more outspoken, and with the access of the internet, where news is instantly transferred worldwide now. You know, media attention, unwanted media attention, puts pressure on these institutions to react. So this knowledge that they were taking advantage of amateur athletes has existed for years, but I think through recent media pressure, they had to, they had to give in
Right.
because they didn't want to be exposed for how much money they're actually making on the backs of an amateur athlete.
It's crazy how that's $1 billion industry,
Come on, man.
and
The
the
Fab
kids can't
Five,
even get behind us.
like you just brought up the Fab Five. How much money was made off those kids' backs, man?
Oh my God.
Sneakers, Nike made money off of them. Michigan made money off of them. The alumni made money off of them. And
And
yet,
they could cut a check.
Here's the hypocrisy. They were criticized for how they behaved, how they appeared, how they
Mm-hmm.
conducted themselves. That's the
Mm-hmm.
hypocrisy. Come on, man.
Yeah,
This is America with 3 Ks, bro. America.
man. They looked down on us, and they looked at us as they the hood, and they this and
Right,
they that. But yet they got these other kids that wanting to play basketball now. You ain't looking
right,
at that part. They keeping
right,
those kids off the street, but all you say is, "Look how they wear their baggy clothes. Look how they wearing this." No, that's the style. That's what they wanted to trend in. But yet you already made all the money off of them, so it don't matter as long as they go play basketball.
right. And
So
and it's still continuing to a certain degree today, but change is always slow in coming.
definitely, definitely. Now I know we do have something in common.
What's that?
You're a Giants fan. I'm a Giants fan.
Oh man, don't depress me though. Don't
So
depress me, man.
I
We was
just
having a great
saw.
conversation. Don't depress me, man.
You know, I
And
gotta go there. You know, I gotta
I
go
got a
there.
crew. I got a crew of fellas. We talk a lot of smack on Facebook, back and forth, back and forth. But this is the one year where I didn't even go. I didn't even go on social media. My gram, my Facebook
Oh
page.
wow!
That's how bad the Giants are, man. Oh my God, man.
But you know now they talking about they opening up trade offers for Saquon Barkley.
Well, I think that would be a good thing. We could get some value for him, especially right now. You know, um, and he could prosper in a better place.
Mm-hmm.
There's no offense. Our offensive line is our worst. Is our Achilles heel.
It's horrible.
Horrible, man. So
Jesus.
hopefully they can address that this year. Get us some real linebackers so we can get some pressure on the quarterback.
That's what
You
we
know,
need. Yep.
you know, the running back position. In my opinion, Saquon is a great talent, but he was drafted way too high, man. What was he,
Yep.
2?
He was number 2.
Yeah, he was a great talent, but who ever heard of a running back drafted that high before, man?
And that's what I heard. I said, "There's never. I don't think there's been a running back that's ever been drafted that high
Yeah.
that I've heard."
Don't get me wrong, he's a great talent. But for
No,
me,
no.
he gets hurt too much and he does too much dancing, man. Too much dancing. Instead of hit the hole and go north and south, he wants to try to create the big play all the time. And he's trying to be
If
Barry
he
Sanders and he's too big to be Barry Sanders, man. Just
if we had an offensive line, man, it's just amazing what he'd probably be able to
oh,
do.
without
How
a
it would
doubt.
definitely open up our passing game as well.
Without a doubt. So,
Yeah.
I was hoping that we would get a black general manager over here.
Yeah, right.
Um,
Good luck.
Forget my man's name on ESPN. I really respect his intelligence.
Brian Clark.
Nah, not the other one. I can't remember his name. Very intelligent brother. But I was hoping they'd pick him for general manager. But
I knew most of the time they already have their mind made up who they want. Just like
of course,
they already knew who the head coach was going to be.
of
Once they got
course,
the general manager, it's all a chess piece game. So I
of
don't even.
course, of course. That Rooney Rule is a joke. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, they
You
know
know,
it's a joke. You see, they gave Flores a job with Pittsburgh. Threw him a
Pittsburgh is
bone.
one of the few teams that hires black people in management positions.
They gave him a job.
Yeah,
You
and
bet so.
hopefully he can use that position to leapfrog back into head coaching. But I highly doubt it, man. Once the owners have you on their scope, so to speak, you out.
Yeah, yeah.
You
I
see,
actually
Cap
thought he
Cap
was
ain't
good.
never played again after he
Nah.
started his protest.
Yeah. I actually thought Flores was going to get a. The Giants was going to pick him up. New
I
York
was
guy.
hoping.
New York guy. You know
I was
why wouldn't you
hoping
want
that
to
would
have
have
a?
been great.
It's been
That would
great.
increase the fan base by tenfold if they hired Flores. Come on, man.
Easy. Homegrown talent.
Come on,
Come on
man.
now. Come on. He went over there to Poly Prep and played. Come on now.
One of
Come
my
on.
good friend's sons is an assistant with him, Mike Bennett.
Mike Bennett. Okay.
Yeah, from Brooklyn too.
Look at all that. See, all that neighborhood. They don't think about that, man. How do you feel about the Super Bowl this year, man? I was rooting for the Rams all the way, man. But a lot of
I
people was
was
going with
too, man. I'm
Cincinnati.
glad to see Odell finally get a ring.
Yeah.
Kind of redemption for him because
Hmm.
he got run out in New York.
I think they
And
chased him out.
yeah, and in Cleveland, he didn't have the right quarterback, so
Yeah, that dude
he
sucks.
he got put in the right position in LA, and I'm very happy for him, man.
Yeah, a lot of people was going with that young boy Joe Burrows.
Joe
They want.
Burrows ain't no joke, Al. You
Nah,
know that. You
yeah,
got
he
to give him
not.
respect.
He not. He not.
He's not no
But
joke.
I wanted that. I wanted Stafford to get it. I really
Yeah,
wanted him. I
because
wanted Donald to get it.
those guys have been in the league. They vets. They paid their dues. Joe
Vets.
Burrows can come back. He's a young boy.
He
But
be
any
there.
kid that can get knocked down 10 or 12 times a game and still get back up and sling it, you got my respect, man.
Yeah, he got hit so many times, and
Ridiculous.
he's still throwing that thing in the pocket.
Ridiculous. And he don't dance in the pocket. He stands up tall in there, man. He's slinging that thing, man.
He don't run. He don't run as much like people would think he would do, but he don't
Yeah.
run.
Yeah.
So it was good. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed that. What do you think about that overtime rule? Do you think they should change that overtime rule?
Uh I
Give
mean, if you
each other
change
a
it, what you gonna
chance.
change it to? Are you gonna give the other team the opportunity to score? Is that what you're saying they should do?
That's what they're saying, because I guess it started. They didn't like the way how Kansas City just came down and scored, and you ain't give Buffalo a chance to
Right.
score, being
Right.
that it was such a good game.
That was the
But
greatest game I've seen in a long time,
in
bro.
a long time. But this is my thing. If Buffalo would have stopped them, they would have never had that drive.
True. So there's two sides of this coin that you can look at.
Right.
I don't know, man. I guess you could give the other team the opportunity to score, but like you said, it is also predicated on you stopping people. That's part of the game too.
Mm-hmm.
What you gonna do? You're never gonna keep everybody happy. That's what I'm
You
trying to
never,
say.
no, you're never going to do that. It's always going to be a problem somewhere
Exactly.
in there. It's always going to be a problem somewhere in there.
Exactly. Tell me something, man. Let
Yep.
me ask you a question now.
Yeah.
What do you think about these upcoming NBA playoffs, dog?
You want the playing games you're talking about?
Man, the Eastern Conference is stacked now, man.
And you know what? A healthy Nets with Kyrie playing in home games, which, by the way, we can talk about that too. I don't think it's fair that people who are not vaccinated can come into New York and play, and this guy lives here and plays for the team, and he can't play.
Well, of course, that's very hypocritical, man. I think they're
Yeah,
gonna do something about that, but
I think they need to change that rule.
But I think the Eastern Conference, man, I think there's 5 teams that can really legitimately say they can become Eastern Conference champions. It's crazy, man.
I like Miami. They look real good, healthy.
Milwaukee. Milwaukee's going to be there.
Milwaukee's going to be there. Of course, Bum Harden. He pissed me off, man. Now all of a sudden he healthy. I hope
He's
he
a cancer, man.
hope
He's
he
a
pull
cancer.
pull
He's
his other
chasing the ring. He
hamstring.
doesn't care what course to get it. He's doing whatever's necessary to perpetuate his dream of getting the ring. And he's a great player, outstanding talent.
Yes, agreed.
But in my opinion, he's a cancer, man. He's
Yeah,
left every team he left worse off.
yeah. I don't like what he's doing.
Yeah.
Definitely don't like him.
But you got to respect his talent because that pick and roll with Embiid is going to be unstoppable, man. You got
Oh,
to pick your
I watched
poison.
it. I watched it against the Knicks.
Unstoppable, man.
Ain't nothing you can do about that, man. It's a
Nut,
pick and roll, pick
nut.
and roll, pick and roll, pick
And
and
if that
roll.
kid Maxey and what's the forward's name? What's the forward's name for Philly?
Are you talking about
They chose him over Butler.
not Green, not Danny Green.
No, the other one.
Oh man.
See, I'm not the only one with this disease.
Well, I don't watch Philly like that, so
Right. But if those two boys are hitting their outside shots, it's over, man. It's over. But the playoffs is, designed, different types of schemes will be devised to help stop these guys. It'll be interesting to see. Like you said, Miami, Philly, Milwaukee. If the Nets are healthy, they definitely there. But you can't sleep on Chicago either. Chicago get Ball and what's the kid?
Chicago. I like the kid Zach LaVine and
Yeah.
DeRozan.
If they
Yeah.
get Ball and what's the name back? The kid from LA that they got from LA. What's the guard's name?
Oh, Caruso.
Yeah, if they get them two back healthy,
Yeah, they'd be good.
they're
They'd
gonna
be
be
good.
good.
What's the name? My boy Allen said something about Allen Brown. He
Yeah.
said, there was a different. He said the same league what Lace is talking about. There was different sites. That was St. Bliss, Louis Riddick.
Yeah, yes. That's the guy I wanted for general manager, man. Yo,
Louis Riddick. Okay.
intelligent, smart, knowledgeable not only about talent, but about the financial aspect of putting the team together.
Yeah, I think he'd have been perfect for that
Perfect
situation.
for the Giants.
Yeah.
But
But
even though I'm a Giant fan, man, the Giants have displayed a lot of racist decisions for me lately, man.
very, very, very. And I'm not
Which I'm
happy
not
with them, man.
surprised, but it is
Me
what
either.
it is.
Me either. What my boy just say? My boy Lemon. What up, Lemon? Say Kyrie is to blame for what happened in BK. Harden got frustrated. So that means you got to beg for a trade because you frustrated? Ride it out.
Well, I think it's a combination of things. Harden had his boy, who's the general manager in Houston, who's now running Philadelphia. So he had
Yeah,
a built-in connection, a built-in pipeline to Philly.
I
So I'm
agree.
sure the general manager was in Harden's ear saying, "Yo, dog, we can use you over here. What's up? Let's make this happen."
Yeah, I already know. Yep.
Yeah, you already know those conversations were had. Come on, man.
And I heard I heard Kyrie was whipping on Harden in practices.
I heard that too.
Yeah, I heard he was whipping on Harden. He out of shape and he whipping on him. I'll leave too. You getting beat by a dude who only play half the
I heard
games.
that too. Which would
So,
make a Nets Philly series even that more interesting to watch.
I can't wait for that. I am actually hoping
Yeah.
that Ben Simmons and Kevin can play. They said Kevin might play either Thursday or Sunday.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Simmons to play, man. I want to see what kind of impact he's going to have on the court. Because
Well,
all he's got to do is what he does, which is rebound, defend, fill the lane. He's going to get his points on the floor of the game. He ain't got to shoot no jump shots. We got jump shot shooters all over the team.
he gonna do what he got to do no matter what. He gonna play his game.
He's the perfect cat to defend the kid from Milwaukee, Giannis.
Oh man, he gonna give Giannis some fits.
That's a perfect matchup right there, because he has the physicality to go against Giannis.
Yeah, he fits perfectly with that situation because Giannis ain't gonna be able to just run through him like he be running through
No,
everybody else.
no.
Yeah, I don't like that, man. You just running through my man like that, yo. Get out of here with that, man. That ain't even basketball. You just run through people.
Right.
Speaking of that, the Nets is up by a point over the Raptors. So well, I was gonna ask you something else. I know I had something on my mind. Ask you something else. We talked about the Kyrie situation. We talked about that. We talked about football.
Let's talk about current events, man. Let's talk about what's going on over there in Russia, man. This is going to affect people more than they think. You know,
How do you think that that's going to handle? How do you think that's going to play out?
you know, I just hope it ends quickly because a
Right.
lot of lives are going to be lost if this is extended. Our economy is going to get all twisted up, and one stupid mistake can cost this whole world. One stupid mistake, man. Because obviously this Russian premier Putin, he's on some other shit, man. He's on some world domination shit. You know, what's to stop
Mm.
him from once he gets Ukraine going into Poland? He's on this bully pulpit, you know.
Yeah, he's trying to just bogart the whole situation.
Yo, Al, he's doing it. He's
Yo,
doing it. He's
guaranteed,
doing
brother.
it. So my response is, what's the rest of the world going to do about it? So
I always
that,
wondered why we just sitting back watching this happen and not step up. And there got to be a reason for us not to be trying to mess with that man.
well, the United States president's between a rock and a hard place. He doesn't want to involve U.S. troops in a conflict that has nothing to do with us, but at the same time, it does have something to do with us. So, if he puts troops over there and we lose U.S. lives, that puts him in a bad light.
Mm-hmm.
But if we don't, then now what are we talking about?
Mm.
It's a rock and a hard place.
Yeah, this is a tough situation for him. I see what you're saying.
It's a rock and a hard place, man. I think I think there may be an assassination attempt on Putin's life.
They're gonna send them Navy boys in there soon.
It's crazy, man. Gas already here in New York is $4.50 a gallon.
Yo, it's 370 here.
Yeah, and the economy here is already, Wall Street's already lost 200 or 300 points on the stock market, man. It's crazy, man. Everybody's 401k is taking a beating, man.
Right. How do you feel about those sanctions that he put on? Do you understand what those sanctions are about?
Those sanctions economically are hurting them, but is it enough to make them stop cease and desist? I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
It doesn't seem to be affecting their intent right now. They're still going to do what they're going to do. So what? You took all
Mm,
their money. He don't care about that.
yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Somebody made a message in here and said, "Tell Lace he was a big father figure as Howie to be growing up." Chris from Rogers.
Ah, Chris. Chris is a good dude too. Chris is a good dude too. Tell Chris I said what's up, man.
Yeah, he hear you on here. Caffrey, what up? Caff said, I asked the bear to do an interview. He hasn't responded yet. So they don't
We'll
want to
get
do
back
an
to you.
interview. I'll let them know when they're ready. Tell them to holler at me. I'm ready for it. You know what I'm saying? Anything
So
else you want to talk? What's up?
I gotta ask you this, Al. How does it
Yeah.
feel to have this platform, man? Has it been has it been enlightening to you to reconnect with some of your homeboys? That's one of the benefits of this internet that I really like. The ability, the access to stay in touch with people, keep up with people, that you normally couldn't because of distance or time or geography.
When I first started doing, I tell this story to everybody. When I first did it, it was for, it started with my softball.
Right.
Because, I play softball. So it started with that. And they was always talking about Hall of Fame players, but it was always through people just writing it down. So I said, well, let me get in there and let me see if I can interview a few people, And I was just doing it with my phone at the time.
Right.
So I did it with my phone, and I went from one interview to two interview to three. And then when I got to about the fourth person, they was like, "Yo, Al, you need to keep doing this, man,
Right.
because it's remember." And that was during the heart of the pandemic too,
Right.
where guys wasn't able to go outside and all that type of stuff. So I did that, but to answer your question, it feels good to be able to talk to our brothers and give flowers to our brothers because I think it's deserving. Um, and the stories. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember getting on here with Benny and Brown, and we was on here for like 5 hours. Scotty Pitt. We were just talking. Doing an interview with Howie.
Right.
To watch him get him. I did an interview with D'Artagnan. Junie and Speedy and these guys, Tone Spring, like the interview guys that I know and seeing growing up. Now to sit and talk to them is different. But man, I'm telling you, I'm having a ball, bro. Like
Yeah.
I'm having a ball because it's all different. Like you said, it's respect, of course, and I have respect for everybody. And it's good to be able to give back to my peoples, my friends, my family. And, nobody don't know a lot of things about you. Nobody knows what you was doing, Lace. You worked 17 years with the fire department or you was in the military. Now they know, you
Right.
know, they know you played ball here and there, but they didn't know you didn't go to school to play no ball. They knew
No.
that was just what you did for
Right.
fun. They keep you off them streets.
Right. Exactly.
It's
Exactly.
another side that people get to see now.
Right.
They
Right.
look, oh, man, that was a good interview. So
And I appreciate you for asking me to do this interview, Al. Much love, much respect, man.
hey, brother, my platform is your platform, and like it's not always about basketball and sport. Like you said, it's about the current events and what's going on right now.
Yeah.
People need to be aware of what's going on, and you speak your opinion because I think that's the sensitive part too. With people, they scared to talk sometimes about their opinions and thoughts, and they just hold back from it. So
The struggle for us as black men is real. The stereotype of black men being irresponsible, stupid, ignorant, you know, highly sexualized, all of that goes out the window because my circle, I'm sure is your circle. The brothers I know are responsible. They're taking care of
mm,
themselves. They're taking care of their families. They're educating themselves. They're
mm,
motivating their kids to be better. You know,
mm,
you know, we are living in very interesting times, bro.
definitely are. Chris asks if you still ride your bike to BK all over.
you know, that's funny because back in those days, Al, we didn't have no Metro card, we didn't have no car. You went from park to park on your bike, carrying your gear on your back. Those were great days, man.
Yeah, that's funny, man. Dude doesn't really get on no trains and no buses, man. You was walking or you had a
We was
bike.
walking. Yo, when I was growing up, we actually rode our bike out to Reese Beach to play in the tournament, man.
That's crazy.
Come on. Come on, man. Play. This is how young we were. Rode our bike out there, played in the tournament, partied on the boardwalk, and rode our bike back home.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's something different. That's something different. That's something different.
That's crazy, man.
Chris, I just have to get over the interview. I have to shift the Sherwin interview to YouTube. I have it done. I just haven't shifted it over. I just haven't had the time to get it done. But also, me and Sherwin is going to do a part two to his interview because he wants to do another part. So we're talking about that now. We just got to get it done in the books. You know what I'm saying? Lex, anything else you wanna cover, man? I appreciate your time. I don't want to hold you
Nah,
too
bro,
much,
I'm good,
man.
man. I appreciate you asking me to do this, man. Blessings to you and your family. Continued success on this platform. And to all the fellas that left us park, man, yo, keep stepping, man.
No
Keep
doubt,
stepping and repping, man.
no doubt. Lace, thank you for doing this, man. I really appreciate you, OG, and I respect you so much. Always will be. Thank you, my brother.
Peace out.
Peace. All right, everybody. Another great interview. OG, legend, Lace, always holding us down in the park. LP, the reunion. We got to get that back, as he said earlier. Anybody know the contacts? I'm sure he knows the contacts. Um, you always ask that question about the favorite Midnight Express teams. I don't know. I don't know if he wants to answer that question. Lace his thoughts on his favorite Midnight Express team. Nobody's gonna pick your team, Chris. So you need to stop thinking your era was good. Your era was nice. It wasn't. It was okay. But definitely want to give a shout out to my brother Lace, man. I really appreciate him for taking the time out to just talk. Period. Just have a conversation. You know, um, didn't know he did 17 years in the fire department. Didn't know he was in the military. So I just definitely wanted to make sure everybody's aware of what's going on. Our OGs need to be respected, and we're definitely going to respect them. And my platform, I'm definitely going to respect my LP and all my LP legends. It's a lot more that we're gonna get on here. Shout out to my guy Peterkin. If I can get him up on here, Peterkin. I need to get you up on here. Brown, I need you. Yeah, we got more clothing line coming soon, man. We got some more. This is just some old stuff, but we got some more A60 stuff coming soon. So be on the lookout for that. You know what I mean? Um, Shout out to my guy Lemon. Lemon, July 8th. July 8th, Lemon. July 8th. July 8th. Putting it out there. We need to lock that down. July 8th, Lemon. A60 Jersey party. A60 Jersey party. Yeah, if I can get a hold of Ed, yes. I will definitely do his interview if I can get a hold of him. Hands down. If I can get a hold of him, yes. Yep. So hopefully I get a hold of him. Everybody, once again, this interview was dedicated to one of our fallen LP brothers, my guy La. May you and your family send my condolences to you, your wife, your two boys, your daughter. Um, Rest in peace, King. I have a lot of fond memories with you, man. And I think I told some earlier, us going to get comic books, me and you playing football in the park, baseball. Man, so many stories, brother. Still in shock that you're not here with us. So definitely want to say my condolences to you and the family. And this interview was dedicated to you, my brother. So everybody, I will see everybody later on this week. We're looking to do something else. Another interview will be coming pretty soon, and I'll be up there. I'll let everybody know what the interview is going to be, who it's going to be with. So stay tuned. Stay tuned for that A60 apparel. It's coming real quick. So stay tuned for that. And peace, love, and hair grease. A60's out.